All right, welcome to session 50 something.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 50. I'm like, yay. No,
No, it is
50
50.
something.
It is 50. I knew it was 50
Woo.
something, but it is actually 50.
Oh, yeah, because I don't remember us, saying that we had done 50. Yeah,
Yeah, this is our
at least.
50th session. I should have looked ahead and be like, oh, let's do something really special. Throw you guys into another parallax or something like that.
And now you're like, oh, dang, it's 50? Man,
Eh,
I am, so,
I mean, I knew it
yeah,
was
that was.
50 yesterday when I was getting all the stream files ready. I was like, oh, session 50. I don't have enough time. I got one day. Let's come up with
Yeah,
something. No,
it's 49 and 3/4.
yeah, we'll do
Thank
50
you.
next time. No,
We're not on the right platform yet.
yeah.
Sorry.
I think we'll probably, I mean, I see this session or this campaign going quite a bit more. I mean, you're not even halfway through the main quest stuff yet. So we could probably get to session 100. We'll definitely do something for session 100. But all that being said, last session, been a couple of weeks ago, you guys went down to the Alamo. You spoke with your contacts there and the Crockett's men, informed them about having tracked down the vertibird that you believe Jammer was on. And they've told you to go in. They've heard rumors about an enclave or something, some kind of remnant of the military or former U.S. government. But they really don't have a lot of information about it. But so they've asked you to go ahead and investigate what you can in that situation. However, it was late. You guys have been flying around in your vertibird quite a bit, and so you decided to take a rest in at the Alamo settlement evening. The following morning, you get up. You're all well rested. So if you have any settings changed on your rested status, go ahead and set those back to normal. You can set your lux to maximum. Basically, a full reset. All your health is normal, etc., etc. And Flash will have to take off your effect of the rat scorpion because you've now spent an entire night. The rat scorpion stake.
Is that something that I need to do? Blah.
No, I got it. It's in the
Okay.
combat tracker.
Okay. All right, cool. I was like looking around going, see. Sorry, go ahead.
That's fine. So it is the following morning. Just a quick recap on your settlements. Raven's Nest. The Raven's Nest is now. We've probably passed enough days for that to be done. 2 days left. Yeah, all that is done. So they have their machine gun turret in the northeast and southwest are done. The guard post for the west side is done. And that was all that was in production. I'll go and push that record to you guys. They are producing the fruit, so their food storage will go up. So melon, mute fruit. How many mute fruits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mute fruits. So 29 added there. Another melon added for the week.
They do. Well, let's see. They have 3 people and they produce 6. Is that what's going on?
Well, if I remember correctly, the one that's tending crops can tend to 6 different items So
Yeah, I was thinking maybe like, do they eat one per day or something? Does that help or whatever or whatever? So they have instead of 6, they have 3 left over. I don't know if you're giving us too much. Basically, is what I was trying to say. That's all.
no, this is per week. This is
Mhm.
on the weekly thing. So yeah, we're doing the crop harvesting on the week and the water on the week rather than on the day.
Yeah, I
So
mean, I would. Yeah, I was just basically like, I didn't know if they consume 3, so we only have 3 to put in storage. That's basically what I was asking.
well,
I think, yeah. So you
yeah.
tell me. So
No, I did it the way I wanted to. I don't know what the rules say exactly because we don't have it directly in.
gotcha. Okay,
If
that was just the rule. You know, the rule monger me going,
yeah,
hey. Okay.
we don't have it in Fantasy Grounds
That's
yet,
good. Yeah, you do you then. Thank you.
so I can't always I can't pull it up as easily as I would like. Yeah, I've only got the perks imported right now because I wanted some of the perks. So yeah, we're just kind of putting the numbers in there right now. Over the between now and the next session will be the time period in which they may or may not receive or recruit new settlers. And when I go to do that, I will apply the rules in the correct manner for that. But
Right.
for now,
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like, a week has gone by since you guys have been flying around dealing with the vault tech and all that. So even if
Yeah.
like the way the rule book does want us to do is like on a daily basis. So I know I didn't give you too much because I gave you the full harvest for the week. I gave you 1 day's harvest in a week's time instead of on a daily thing. But the number at the top is the excess. And you want to have in excess because if you go to 0 or less in excess, you start losing settlers and happiness. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an update on your defenses are all built. Unless you guys want to spend some time on that, we will let that hang until next week or next session. Because I'm fine with pulling up the rule book and we can go through and you can order up some other
No. Yeah, we
buildings.
can wait till either later or just like chat about it, and then we can discuss it either over the week or things like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I'll put some stuff
Yeah,
about it in the
if we're
Discord.
ready to go in one direction, we could stay in that direction.
All right. Yeah, I'll put questions out there in Discord about it through the week. We'll say that you guys, here at the Alamo, some letters caught up to you from the settlements, and then you guys you'll take a little bit of time during your morning or your evening before to decide what the settlement should do next, and you send those letters off before you head to your. And we'll deal with that on Discord later. All right, so. So after your meeting with Charles Zenko, you spend some time in the evening sending orders back to Raven's Nest for building. You spend the night. It's the next morning now. Where do you want to go? You alert?
Well, Jack, what you thinking? I mean, should we just go on and I'm really itching to put my fist in that man's face. I'm sorry to say that. I'm
Not
gonna
his
have to talk to my
shoulder?
mama. I'm sorry. No. I mean, I might give him a little jab, but no. Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to my mama now. Anyhow, but do we need anything? Oof.
I can't think of any.
Ooh, I need to change your mic. You're too low. Push the button.
Eugene, you got a opinion on where the party should go? Will Eugene be like, okay, yeah, let's follow this up, guys, or?
Sounds like we should probably head to the Ellington Joint Base, yeah. You didn't get too much time to scout it out and to check for radiation and whatnot.
So, the signal is coming from that circle that's there right now. That's where the signal pinged from, according to the technicians at Raven's Watch. And if I remember correctly, you guys had discussed landing a couple clicks away, and then going in on foot from there.
Yes.
All right. You jump into Vertibird and begin your startup process.
I didn't do it. Oh, okay. So at a moment, I thought it was like, it didn't work. And I'm like, I didn't do it.
Well, my audio files didn't work the way they were supposed to either, so
That's fine.
I worked on it all day today. Still,
Well, no.
I had it working. Like I tested it 4 times before the session, and it was working fine. And then now it's like, oh no, I don't want to. Anyway, yes.
I like it though.
Wait till you get shot down. I got one for that too.
No.
So with the Vertibird, this trip is only going to take you about a day and a half. And probably, realistically, it's not even a day, but yeah. So you get there within a couple of hours, and you begin to circle around the area a little bit, trying to find a good place to land, looking for any signs of life or other indicators that this area is occupied. Of which, on the surface, just a quick cursory glance reveals nothing. What would you like to do? Just put in for landing, or do you want to do some other exploration first?
Do we see, say, intact enough building roof that we could land on that, or is it mostly available landing spots seem to be on the ground?
I mean, right away you can spot plenty of places on the ground to land that will be perfectly fine. There's no worry about the building collapse or anything like that. However, if you want to specifically land on a building, you will need to do a survival perception check to try and find one that will not collapse immediately upon landing.
Okay.
Hey, Jack. I don't mean to be insensitive or anything, but are there any of your kinfolk out there?
I think we're a little far for me to be able to tell.
Yeah, your passive perception on that, Jack, doesn't reveal any moment. If you wanted to, you could tap into the Radiant Heart to look deeper. However, that would use up your use of the Radiant Heart for the session.
Right. So. No, well, I might actually need it for something important. And so look to Eugene. So would you rather land this someplace where we can bottleneck anything trying to get at it, or land it on the ground?
Bottlenecking it would be better. I mean, the lock on the Vertibird can only do so much.
What kind of check was that again, DM?
Survival perception.
Yep, survival perception.
I've got decent survival perception. If I mean, I'm flying, so if I can help.
Well,
I got 2 successes though.
Was Slash or Jack the primary? It doesn't matter. You both succeeded on a one difficulty, so 3 action points for you.
Yeah, I think our target numbers are pretty close, similar
Yeah.
to each other.
Yeah, 11 and 12, and you both got survival at 4. You both have it tagged.
Yeah.
So that was a couple of crits
And never mind,
there.
I'm never doing survival checks.
Yeah. You don't have to. You don't worry about it. They got it.
Yeah, we're traveling back and forth with the Brahmin.
Yeah, you
stuff
got to
like
watch
that.
out for stuff. Yeah, the Brahmin
Yeah.
rub off on you, right? They know what's up.
They know what's up.
You find a so you're looking for a building. You kind of changed the idea to bottlenecking. So you find an area where you believe you can land the vertibird. Not necessarily on top of a building, but it looks like an old police station that had barricades set up and has very limited entry into the area. The helipad is on the regular ground. It's not on the building itself, but it is within the barriers, and so somebody could get in if the police building itself is not fully collapsed on the inside. Somebody could come through the front door of the police building, exit out the back, and get to the helicopter or the helipad. Otherwise, they'd have to climb over a wall, barbed wire, or the other barricades that were set up at the actual gate entrance area. So it looks to be like the best place to set up if you have to fall back and do a defensive situation with the helicopter. This is the best place.
yeah, so pointed out. So do you think there, or do you want to keep looking?
Police station. Oh, that's pretty good. I'm sure that's very defensible. Maybe they might have some turrets or something I can hack into too. Great find. Great find. And I'm down to land if everybody else is good with that.
Certainly.
All right.
All right. Bring the Valkyrie down.
All right, you come in for a landing. As you shut the engines down and the area becomes quiet once again, you step out, survey the area. You find that your aerial survey was fairly accurate. This is indeed a police station. The back area where the helipad is completely enclosed with what you know to be chain link fence, Jack. The others of you may or may not know the specific names, but it's like that's a common fence you're used to seeing around. The Brotherhood's repurposed it many times when they have found it in rolls or bundles that they've been able to salvage. There is, of course, the curly barbed wire above it. There are certain areas where holes were obviously made at certain points in time, but there's furniture, brick blocks, and such, patching those holes up, trying to keep the ability for people to come in limited. And over at the gate area, you see several of the actual cinder block road barriers have been set up. There are bullet impacts on them. Old impacts, nothing new. And a cursory glance at the police station itself on the inside, it looks very ransacked. There was definitely combat had ensued here at some point, probably very close to the actual event of the bombs dropping, and in the years since, as the radiation abated, this place has been looted several times. There are, of course, skeletons everywhere. While this place was a site of combat early on during the initial dropping of the bombs, you believe that you're looking at most of the combatants. You see skeletons in police uniforms. You see civilian clothing on skeletons on the outside of the fence. And your best estimation is that they saw the bombs going off. The civilians were coming here trying to get to the one police helicopter that may have been here for evacuation. But it was full up, and so the police had to stop the rest of the civilians from, preventing those that could get away from getting away, and then the rest of them perished in the shockwave that followed not long after. There's no indication of whether or not the helicopter itself got far enough away before the shockwave got here. It's a thin chance that it did, being that you're very close to the epicenter of the bomb.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Right. So
I'm gonna slip into my power armor and just start looking for terminals to hack.
Okay. You did you say you're stepping out of your power armor?
No, into it. I was
Okay.
piloting the vertebrae.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. In, out, what? It's a second skin. So you take a look around. You go into the police station. There are terminals there. You see turrets that have broken wires. They were obviously hooked up to a network at some point in time. But as you look closer, you get closer into the actual building itself, and you're looking around. You're like, yeah, this place definitely got hit with a shockwave, and none of the electronics are operating. All the monitors on the terminals, their screens are busted out, or the backs where all the machinery is destroyed. The EMP effect of the nukes going off. So none of these terminals and none of the turrets themselves are in any kind of operating capability at this time. If you would like, you can take a repair check to see if you can get any of the turrets online, but you're nearly 100% certain you would not be able to get any of the terminals to work.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
All right.
What you doing? Need any help there?
Yeah, I doubt I'll be able to even salvage any of this stuff, but it's worth checking. Maybe one of these turrets can get online. Maybe I can jack into the firmware. There's no way I'm getting a terminal up, but let me see if I can get one of these functional.
Okay. Is that like a repair or a science? I'm steadily dropping points into those two to try to help out a little bit.
In this particular case, it is a repair, being that you're working with the most basic of turrets. It is going to be a difficulty 3, given the amount of time that has passed since all these turrets were hit with the shockwave, and just the fact that the place has been looted multiple times. Things that people didn't take the first time that is useless early on now has also been taken with the third or fourth pass of looters.
Gotcha.
So parts are very fair, if there are any here. A quick count, you see 5 different turrets. And they're all, you can move them all wherever you want to. But initially, repair difficulty 3 to get an idea of what's going on and possibly get something going.
And since Slash is offering to help, I'll just point out, like, see these red wires. If they're this short, there's no way we can strip them. Just mark that one as dead. And I just start kind of rattling off a couple of things for him to look for while he's helping me.
Okay. All right. Let's get Eugene's roll first, and then Slash's.
Standard intelligence repair.
Yeah, standard repair roll, whatever the default is. All right, there's 3 successes. So the Slash, you can roll and add to that. An extra success, so 4 successes, giving you guys 1 extra point back and meeting the difficulty level. You are able to get 1 turret up and running by basically gutting the other turrets. There were just so many pieces missing or completely destroyed by the shockwave that you were barely able to get this 1 turret up and running. You are able to give it the signal of Flash's Pip-Boy, and so it sees it will not fire at anything within a certain radius of his Pip-Boy. But anything else that moves gets shot at if it's not within, say, 10 feet of Slash and his Pip-Boy.
Jack, stay close.
Very.
Best I can do without spending way too much time on this. But yeah, anybody wants to come and take our vertebrae, they're gonna have a couple of holes in them.
Do a I guess it'll be another repair. Yeah, repair with perception this time.
Okay.
And difficulty 1. All right, 3 successes gives you 2 action points back. You go around. You realize that hey, these things don't work without ammunition. So you go around looking at the other turrets. And this is before you activate the turret, so you can spread out still. So you all go around and find all the ammunition you can from the other turrets and bring it back to this one. They use the 5.56 millimeter, and you've only got about 200 rounds gathered up from the other turrets and into this turret, and that these turrets go through ammunition quickly. So your best guess is if a force large enough came here, maybe 5 people, if they do things right, this machine gun turret would be out of ammunition in about 3 minutes.
Can I use my Scrounger perk?
You can.
Okay. So, what level do I have it? Just level 1. Okay. At rank 1, you find 3d6 additional shots. So, at scrounging for small, just general, I would get 3 more dice to get a few more rounds.
Yep, go ahead and roll the 3
Okay.
dice.
Woohoo!
1 more round. Yeah,
Well, I was
really.
hoping not just a round. I was hoping, with this, I could be able to, maybe get another box or something.
Your perk says rounds, though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That one bullet hits him in the head.
Yeah, as long as it hits the right spot, that 1 round would be wonderful. But no, it doesn't really change the situation too much.
All right. That's right.
I think Eugene's a little somber, thinking about how awful everything must have been, and the fact that people were very clearly trying to get help from the police station and all these turrets. All the ammo ran dry before the bombs went off, or at least before the bombs destroyed them.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh, like, that's rough.
Or so it's been looted already. You just had the skill to get to the buried ammunition.
Mm. True.
That's also like
Um,
so. You didn't find any ammunition in the armory. You're having to pull this out of the guts of the other turrets.
Mm.
If
Could
that changes the
we-
perspective.
Oh, I got you. It does.
could we utilize our own ammunition?
Do you have 5.56 on you?
I do.
Well, yeah, I see you got 395 rounds. So, I mean, it's about a minute per 100 rounds that these things spit out. So you got about 200 rounds, so it's about 2 minutes. If it, constant firing.
I'll
And in
put
a
another
situation-
200 into that.
Another 200. So, it'll last for 400 or 400, 4 minutes of constant firing. And so again, it depends on if anybody shows up. It depends on how they do it, and if they're just like if they get it to constantly fire, if they, it's all kind of dependent on who or what comes
Yeah.
around.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, I'll adjust that. So 195. Hey, cool. Took a flip out.
Don't forget that you do have the ability to lock up your vertibird. You got the key fob that will lock the outer door and locks the fuel latch, so you don't have to worry about the. If anybody knows how to get the fusion cores out of there, they got to get through the outer door first and the fusion core door as well. So there's 2 barriers before they can get to the fusion cores. And of course, the fob is also required to even start the vertibird. So as long as you lock everything up and you have the fob with you, you've got some built-in defense there, or security.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't plan on being gone too long, so I'm not too terribly worried.
All right. Well then.
Hoof it, I guess.
Yeah. You make your way towards the more localized area where the signal came from. You travel for a few hours until you come up across a ridge, and in the distance you see the city. What used to be tall buildings. Jack, you may have actually been near this area at one point in time before the war. So you're looking at it now for the first time because you've always avoided this area. It's too close to where one of the bombs fell. And you just never, even though you was a ghoul, you was like, what's the point? So you're getting here for the first time since the bombs fell. And you're just like, yeah, this is not, it's totally different. There were skyscrapers. There were, whole subdivisions, and everything is just leveled. Go ahead and give me, everybody, give me survival perception checks. All
This
right.
one.
I'm gonna re-roll that 17.
Okay. With, what was the
Cautious.
cautious?
Yeah, cautious nature.
So Jack, unless you want to do a reroll?
No.
No? Okay. Jack, you're caught up in the emotion of the moment right now. You're just like looking at this, and you're thinking back to like all the different places, even the areas, the cities that did not get hit or were not within the blast zone of one of the nukes have suffered a lot. But this is the first time you're seeing the direct result of a nuke in a very populated area from before the war. Now, you've been to a few of the bases. I mean, you guys were in Camp Mayberry and everything, but those were smaller nukes they only decimated the military base. This is a whole city just gone. So you're really caught up in that. And like you thought, it's been 200 years. You didn't think anything like this could get to you, but for some reason this one is getting to you. You're oblivious to anything else going on at the moment. Flash, you got 3 successes on 1 difficulty, so that's 2 action points. Then Eugene got 2 on 1, so that's another action point. Slash and Eugene, you're looking out at this, and since you guys you never seen any of this stuff in any other way, you have nothing, no reference point or anything like that. You're just like, another decimated city. And you start looking for signs of anything that is out of place. And in this particular situation, out of place means it's not broken. In the distance, you see what looks like a more or less a square structure that doesn't look like anything was broken off the top of it or off the side of it. It looks like that structure is exactly how it was originally built. There's no ancient scars on it like there is on all the other rubble that is here and ruined buildings. And when you use the magnifying capabilities of your basic binocular capabilities of your power armor, you believe you see doors on the front of this little square building. It is, however, still several, quite nearly a mile away.
Am I able to look down my recon scope to try and get any kind of symbols or anything of that nature? Or is it still too far away?
Let me look at the recon scope. See if accurate gain recon. Of course, I have to look that up. Wallet. Aim with the recon weapon. You make my target. Aimed at. Okay. You won't be able to mark anything at this distance. However, the recon scope does. It's not consistent because it is still very far away, but it does seem to be indicating that there's something like every now and then it gives that the tone or the blip, like there's something I can mark down there. I just can't get a lock on it. That's kind of the indicator.
I'm looking to. I'm kind of trying to just use it as like binoculars, essentially.
Yeah.
Just to get a better look on things.
Yeah. So you're magnifying in the helmet to let you see. Maybe there's doors there. The recon scope itself doesn't really let you see anything more clearly, but because the recon scope does have a like an integrated marked the target, so it's easy to find a target again when you look through the scope. It is, and it's always giving you like a little ping when it marks a target. It's kind of like that ping is just like in and out because there's a certain range it can only mark targets in. If the target goes beyond that range, then it loses a target. So if a target is stepping in and out of that range, it'll keep on pinging as it got the target, lost the target, got the target, lost the target. So that's kind of what it's doing. That's the indication you're getting from the signal on the scope right now.
Okay. Yes, I'll tell the group this thing can't tell me if somebody wants to hurt us, but it can certainly tell me if there's something we can shoot, and it's going off.
All right.
So basically, you sense movement or something like that, or a target.
Yeah, there's some there are targets available, whether they're robotic, organic, I can't say, but there's definitely movement down at that very suspicious building.
And does that look more like a new construction
You can't
or
tell from
repaired
this distance.
construction? Okay, all right.
Yeah, you can't tell if it's new or repaired. It's just like it does not fit in with all the other ruins.
It stands out because it's intact.
Yeah. All right. What would you like to do?
So we have built-in Geiger counters, or
Your pit boy does.
okay. Does that do that automatically, or is that something I need to check?
It's automatic.
Okay, all right, sweet, thank you.
And just as a side note,
It's-
Jack, you're not feeling a ton of radiation coming from this area. There is closer to, like, at the very edges of your ability to sense, and as you're kind of like rotate to see where the radiation is at, what is left of the radiation that you're able to sense here from the actual bomb itself is closer to the actual base, not here in the city.
Right. And yeah, I mentioned it seems to be mostly around here. It's more or less what's become the background in the last couple hundred years.
Yeah.
And also, kind of, as I'm saying it, kind of distractedly, is like still vaguely like, I think I remember this place over here, or this, what this used to look like.
But do you remember that? And I point to the building.
Yeah, that's kind of an important question. Is like, would I remember
No,
anything in particular
well-
beyond just a vague idea of what may have been around?
we're gonna do a check. It's gonna be intelligence.
That makes sense.
What would be the best for like history? I guess we'll stick with survival for now,
Right.
but it's more of a history check rather than an actual survival check. It has been 200 years, so we're going to go difficulty 2. And because of factors I cannot inform you about right now without spoiling things, the complication range is now at 3 for every roll that you guys make this going forward from this point.
Okay, this is going to be. Yeah.
So yeah, that means the 18 to 20 is a complication.
Yeah.
Was it just 20?
18
No.
through 20 is a complication.
No, I mean, standard is just 20 or
Oh, yeah.
1920.
Yeah, standard is 20, level 2 is 19, 20, 3, 18, 4,
Gotcha. I just wanted
17,
to make sure I was on.
5 is
Gotcha.
16.
Thank you.
Right.
Excuse
And
Ooh.
so it's set up.
Yep, difficulty and complications are set up, ready for your roll.
Oof.
Oof.
Now you have the chance to re-roll before.
I will look that. And
Okay. You're looking both or just one?
no, just the one at this point.
Alright.
Alright, so roll 15. Hui.
Difficulty 2, you have just met the difficulty and you've gotten yourself out of a complicated situation. So you look
You
out.
almost remembered wrongly.
Yeah. Well, no. You look out across the city area, the urban structures that are no longer. It's hard to call them structures at this point. And as you are just kind of passively fulfilling your role as the radiation is over here, this area seems safe, just kind of on autopilot saying that, Slash's words kind of break you out of your haze. Like, what about that building right there? And you look over at it, you kind of focus on it, and you use your own power armor helmet to try and get a closer look. And you see the same thing that the other guys have seen. It's, it's a square building. Maybe those are some doors on the front of it. You're not entirely sure, but it definitely stands out. As you look at it, you're like, you don't know if it was or was not part of anything here or was here from the very beginning or if it's new. What you do know is that its size and shape reminds you of bunker entrances.
Yeah. Kind of tilt the head, like, I don't know if that was here before, but if it was, I think it was buried under something. And
Oh, goody. My favorite.
we may want to get a little closer and kind of look mainly at Slash. When I say little closer, like, we don't want to get. We might want to see what's going on, because that looks a little too clean. And yeah, start kind of moving closer to it.
Okay. So I said you're about a mile away, and you're on a ridge, so you're able to look down into the city. You're not like on a huge hill. You're not looking down too far, but it was enough to where you could get a good line of sight, especially with all the tall buildings gone. So how far would you like to go in? Keep in mind you're now going to be coming down on the same level surface, thereabouts, higher or lower, depending on the kind of rubble that you're walking on, as that building is. And so your line of sight is going to be drastically.
Say half a mile?
Okay.
Yeah, we can start there and go from there.
All right. I need everyone to give me agility survival as you navigate the ruins in bulky power armor.
Yeah.
I'll be assisting Eugene if need be.
You'll be doing your own rolls, therefore you cannot assist anybody when you also have to make the roll yourself for your own character.
Gotcha. All right.
I'll also say I'm intentionally keeping a little bit of distance from the group.
Okay.
Just about as far away as a standard, like missile grenade blast would do. So I'm
just so you know, Slash, if you get hit with a grenade, I'm gonna be over here so I don't get hit by it as well. Then I might come and help you, but also stay far enough away to not get hit by another grenade. Oh, that's fun.
I dropped the grenade.
Slash, you have succeeded. Difficulty 2, complication was still at level 3. Jack, you have also succeeded, and Eugene, you succeed as well. Everybody has met the difficulty level and not rolled any complications, although Eugene was close. That's 17. Moving past this point, complication range is increasing once again to level 4, meaning 17 and up is a complication. You make about half a mile into the city, and as you try and make sure you're on the right path and everything, it's very hard with all the rubble the way it is. The tall buildings have collapsed. They've still, once you're down in it, there's still a lot of the building left, or the rubble itself is piled up into a very high position. So it still blocks a lot of your view, especially on the same street level view as the building you're trying to get to. So you're excuse me, you're having to use the other buildings that you saw while he's up on the ridge as kind of landmarks. He's like, oh yeah, I remember this building that collapsed. It looked like it collapsed off to the left. That was on the route. We're still going the right way. But at this point, you're now, you're in a sea of ruined buildings in what was once a metropolitan downtown. And you can't get without trying to climb on one of the rubble piles, or perhaps trying to go into a building that's got a little bit of its floors intact and go up to the highest floor you can get to. You cannot get eyes on the building you're trying to get to. What would the party like to do from here? I'm not muted, am I?
No. I think
Um,
we're contemplating a little bit.
Yeah.
Get a little closer, I think.
I'm almost tempted to hack Jack to go feral and go searching around. Hey, Jack. But I don't want to send one party member out by himself either. So I don't know.
Yeah, that could end badly.
Yeah.
There are many ways that could end badly.
Well, I guess all we can do is get closer, or try to get higher.
Well, up to you.
Can I do a sweep with my recon scope, see if I'm getting anything?
Sure. You pull up the recon scope and you do your sweep. Obviously, anytime it comes across the rubble that's really close to you, you're getting nothing there. You didn't really expect anything, but who knows? Maybe it could see through the rubble. In the areas where you got gaps where you can kind of see through to maybe the next street over, it's still not picking anything up in the area, and it's the direction directly towards the building, or at least your best estimation now that you're down in the same level as it. You don't pick anything up there either.
All right. Let's say it looks clear with a capital L.
Can you see through walls with that?
I'm honestly not too sure. I have to test that at some point.
For player knowledge, no. It does not work through walls. If you want to keep your genome on the dark on that, that's fine. But
yeah, it's pretty advanced. I think it's like one of the most advanced scopes they can put on this thing. So we'll just say I haven't. Brotherhood. Yeah, they say that they save this for the officers.
Yeah.
That thing looks fancy. I want one. Oh, only for the officers? Nah. Okay.
So,
Well, I mean,
move forward, try to get some altitude, or forget this, let's go home. Those are your three options.
I'd say move forward while still lamenting I don't have a jetpack.
And aloud or just in quietly?
I suppose those are options
it's
too.
quiet as we can in power armor.
No, the lamenting.
Lament. What, you got a jetpack?
No.
Oh, no. I don't have one. Just like, man, I could hop on this building. Nothing flat if I had one of those fancy jetpacks.
Where'd you hear about those things?
Some of the Midwest Brotherhood members would have had them from Chicago. They didn't bring any with them, but Eugene would have been around them.
Okay.
So, and now Eugene can say that in character to Jack.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got some attachments on some of the more sophisticated pieces of power armor. It's less of a jetpack really, and more of just a boosted jet assisted boost. Lets you get a little bit extra height. Lets you get a drop on your enemies. Literally, very very nice stuff. But ooh. You have to be really high up in the Brotherhood or really lucky to get your hands on one of those.
Yeah,
Everybody, survival perception, please.
right. This is gonna be. Meh.
I'd like to re-roll that. Thank you very kindly.
Survival. Oof. Okay.
All right. You're using luck to reroll slash?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. Eugene won over the difficulty, so an extra action point there. Jack success and success. You all meet or beat the difficulty level and escape the complication. You hear rocks tumbling down in the distance, as if there was something that had climbed up one of these rubble piles, and some of the rocks under the footing of whatever it is that's climbing up there is falling down.
Gun goes up towards that position.
You find another rubble pile in your way. You definitely are. Yeah, you had the three. It came from probably a pile or two on the other side of the one that's nearest to you.
Okay. I'll just keep facing that direction and kind of just note I know they passed their checks, but just kind of point in that direction.
Okay.
Hey, I saw in Eugene, I saw in the training, I forgot what they called it, but one guy would move forward and stop, and then the next guy would move forward and stop, like they were covering each other. What do they call that again? Basically like a leapfrog, or something like that. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, basically.
Yeah, it's a tactical
above
advance.
the table, though. But
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what they called it, but maybe we should. I think somebody's watching us.
Yeah, I agree. That's probably a good idea at this point.
So just as Slash says, I think somebody's watching, you hear somewhere between 3 and 5 clangs of metal on rock.
Oh.
Ow.
You're all unconscious.
Oh no.
You wake up, you're not sure how long it's been. You find yourselves in a dark, damp, concrete room. You have no power armor, you have no gear. You pretty much have been stripped down to your skivvies, or what passes for skivvies in the post-apocalypse. As your eyes adjust to your environment, you find that on one side, depending on which side you've been laid in, it could be your left or your right, that the wall there is metal, and that there is a door with a small window in it, and down below possibly a small hatch, but it's closed up at the moment. and there's a little bit of light coming in through the window.
Okay.
I'm glad Mama told me not to go commando.
And
Where are we at?
baseball.
Um.
Yes.
Well, are we free to move around?
Yeah, you're
Okay.
you're waking up. You're on the floor, on a hard concrete floor. The only non-concrete thing you found is that one wall, with the door and a little bit of light that's coming through, but not a lot. Just a little bit.
Well, I'm gonna go test the door.
There's no doorknob on the inside. You find no means at all from the inside that this door would be opened by.
Is there like a little slot or anything?
There is a slot. You can put your hand through it, but you hit a metal piece on the other side. You kind of feel a little bit of give, but it's obviously locked from the other side.
Hey, anybody out there?
As you look through the small window up top, it's like 2 inches tall and about a foot wide. So it's just enough room for you to get your eyes just to look through. And the light comes in, hits your eyes. You see immediately on the other side just another concrete wall on the other side of the hallway. And this hallway is very narrow. Maybe 2 people could fit side by side on it. As you look to the left and right, you see other doors of similar design to yours. You see very clearly on these other doors the hatch that you tried to put your hand through earlier, and it very clearly has a lock on each door where those hatches are locked up. The doors themselves also have what you think might be a keyhole, but it's covered up by a metal slide, and no door handles on the outside either. There are red lights opposite each door, you're assuming, because there's one opposite your door in the corner where the wall meets the ceiling, and it's shining directly at the little window of your door, barely letting you be able to see these other details out there in the hallway. As you speak, a shadow kind of crosses, and as your eyes again adjust to this sudden change in the lighting, you're met with the eyes, familiar eyes. And even without seeing the full face, you can tell that there's a smile creeping onto this face. Hey there, Slash. How you been, buddy?
Oh, I've been good. You know, us heroes, we keep our heads up.
I see that. I see. Keeping your heads up really good.
How you been? We've been looking for you.
I've been right here the whole time.
Oh,
Don't know what took you so
why don't
long.
we had a little other thing to do here and there. Why don't you open this door?
Oh, you would like that, wouldn't you? Before I go and open any doors, there's a few things you might like to know.
Oh, come on. We're old pals now, ain't we?
Well, given the circumstances of our last departure, our last meeting, and
I didn't go nowhere.
your sudden, just all joyful and everything to see me. You never did that before. It makes me wonder. It makes me cautious. I wonder, how's old Jack doing in there? Is our resident glowing one still sane?
Am I actually glowing at this point?
You're not at this point, but clearly he knows.
Okay.
There was absolutely no question or speculation or anything in his voice. It's like he knows.
Yeah. As the conversation has been happening, I actually had moved up to the side of the door,
Mhm.
not in view of the window so much. And so I just kind of, are you sure that I'm a glowing one?
He.
After all,
Go ahead.
After all, I'm not actually glowing.
He holds up in his hand the radiant heart, and then you see another hand from off to the side. Also, somebody else out there standing off to the side, not quite in view, but the hand is clearly dual. And they just kind of touch the radiant heart, and you begin to glow. Oh, I know things about you, Jack, that you don't even know about yourself yet. And then the
Right.
ghoulish hand removes itself from the view and from the radiant heart, and you return to normal.
Right.
He takes the radiant heart and kind of spins it in his hand, looking at it a little bit. Says, "This is quite the interesting device you've found here. From another world, right? Parallel to
Yeah.
ours."
Yeah, and I'm sure as long as the longer you hold it, the harder it's going to be to put down, and the faster you're going to die.
Such is the way with things of great power. And he closes it back up in his hand and lowers his hand out of view, so unsure of what he's doing with it at this point. And I see you've got another traveling companion as well. Squire, isn't it?
Where's my power armor?
Oh, it's safe. Not to worry. I know how attached you Brotherhood are to your power armor.
It better be.
The only scratches it has are from when you fell when we hit you with the flash. Nothing to worry about. But I see you, during your dealings with Vault Tech, you've lost a very important part of your body. I, too, have lost a member in the past. And he raises up his left hand. Jack and Slash, you're both expecting to see the stump that he's consistently jammed you with into the left or into your right shoulder over and over. And it is the very clue that gave away that he was the murderer of the bodyguard and of the scientist many, many sessions ago. But instead of the stump, he has a fully articulatable robotic hand.
Okay.
And it is fused into his arm in such a way that it's, if he were to put, say, a glove or something over it, you would never know that it was not just naturally part of him. And he makes sure it's in decent view. He gives you a good look at it and everything, Eugene. He just kind of, articulates everything, taps, because it's metal, so he lets it tap. You hear as the fingers, close in on each other and into a fist.
Mm-hmm.
The Brotherhood doesn't have anything quite like that, do they?
Hey, Eugene, do you mind if we refurbish a hand for you?
I'm kind of just intrigued on the hand, so I'm not really answering the other party members. So I'm that's really interesting. Do you have a jack that plugs into? Is it directly integrated with your nervous system?
He reaches up and pushes. Well, he doesn't let this be seen in the window, but you can see that he brought his other hand over, and then suddenly the robotic hand is separated from his arm, and you see what you can only describe as a metal collar around his left arm, and he rotates it up so you can see the inside, and it's a receptacle. Much more sophisticated than the ones you've seen or have been working with to try and modify your arm, and the ones that the Brotherhood have used. They've got like pre-war ones that they've reverse engineered so they can make more and everything. But this one here is it's smaller. It's not nearly as bulky, and it looks like as long as the attachment can fit into that slot, or is using the same attachment plug, he could put whatever he wants to onto this arm.
So Eugene is genuinely intrigued, but is trying to play off like I'm not too attached to these people kind of vibe.
Mhm.
Okay.
So it's not too hard to be interested in this, but
Yeah.
that's what his game plan's going on. So he just starts, like asking questions. Was this pre-war? Is this something that you or your team developed? Just asking questions. Really, really excited and interested.
Yeah. So he reattaches the hand, and then he'll keep that robotic hand just kind of like on the edge of the window, so you can keep on seeing it. He'll tap the fingers every now and then just to like, yeah, I've got this thing. But to the questions you're asking, so many questions. You've really got a curious mind, don't you, Eugene? It serves you well, but Brotherhood is holding you back, I think. This is something you could have done on your own, created on your own, if the Brotherhood wasn't so controlling of the technology.
And
See, the Brotherhood, like Crockett's men, fear the past. They fear that all of this destruction could happen again and that it brings nothing. I'm here to tell you that the destruction allows us to rebuild better. It allows us to shape the future for the betterment of all humanity.
I mean, you wouldn't trust a doctor to operate on you that doesn't know anything about medicine. I don't see much of a difference in technology. We need to understand it.
But the
Not
Brotherhood
just-
is not seeking to understand it. They just want to control it.
You do have a point.
Hmm.
What other things have you discovered, created?
Oh, there'll be time for that later.
well,
Right now, 3 of you, 2 of you at least, I originally met. You were just mercenaries. You were looking to get paid. Is that still the case?
broadly broadly speaking, yes. And I'm trying to reach out through the Radiant Mind Link.
Mm-hmm.
And do I still have access to the enhanced version?
Yeah, you still have access to the enhanced version. Those
All right.
those are not tied to the Radiant Heart in any way. Those are innate abilities you have now.
Right. So I want to actually try and reach out to the ghoul
Okay,
or ghouled creature on the other side of the door.
so we'll say you're doing that while the robotic hand conversation was going on.
Yep.
So we'll do a little sidestep there, and then we'll come back to the present. So using the Radiant Mind Link and the enhanced, a combination of both, you're trying to reach out. And you do find that there is at least one other ghoul in close proximity. And you reach out to it. You discover it's not feral. It is intelligent. So there will not be, or at least if you attempt to do any kind of control, it's going to be a much more difficult control.
Mm-hmm.
So you're touching this mine. It's not aware that you're touching it yet. At least as far as you know. What would you like to do?
First, try to basically see through their eyes.
Okay.
So,
We're going to need to do a. It's going to be the survival skill. Let's use charisma.
Or charisma. Okay.
Yeah, charisma. Because you're basically. I mean, we're getting into like D&D's ability skill matchups here, kind of.
Yeah.
But you're doing something that is like you're going to have to try and do something with this radiant mind link that you've never actually never done before. And it is going to. I'm choosing charisma because you are interacting with another sentient being. So there's a possibility of some level of like you're going to have to either match your kind of thoughts to their own so that you're masked in there. They don't realize it. And then the survival is just like this is. Well, we're kind of using survival as like a catch-all for a lot of things. But in this particular case, it's again something you haven't done before. You're in a. I have to get through this, survive this situation, and using that the radiant mind links abilities is almost always a survival situation. So
yeah. So
difficulty 2, complication range is still set at level 4, so 17 through.
okay. So you upped it. That's fine. Rather fitting. And
okay. You do succeed. However, you don't feel like you're actually seeing through their eyes. You're getting kind of like echoes of things. So it's everything's black, and then for a moment, kind of like white outlines of a hallway will appear for a moment, and then it'll kind of go over a couple of bodies that are walking, and then it'll happen again. Kind of. Have you ever seen somebody try or a video attempt at rendering how echolocation works?
yes.
That's what you're seeing is like the occasional pulse, and then like everything's outlined for a moment as it fades away, and then pulses again. Everything's kind of changed a little bit. Some things are still there, like stationary things like walls and such, but the people have gotten a little bit closer or walked on by. That's what you're getting.
Okay. So, but in broad strokes, it's just these two, or is there actually more people in the hallway?
You did see at least 2 other people, and you think there was a person in power armor. But you're not entirely sure because while it is the Enclave power armor, you've only seen it in shadow before, and now you're seeing it just like kind of sketched real quickly and then fades away. So you think that was it, but whoever you're seeing this through went past them, so that it was only there for the one sketch.
All right.
You also got very quiet there. Like you backed away from your mic or something.
I'm not sure how that happened, because it's in a set spot right in front of my face.
Okay. Right. I'll just turn up.
Maybe it's just I was not speaking as loudly.
Yeah, because you just got louder there.
Yeah. So since I'm guessing from what little I gotten, the idea I had is going to not work. I'm gonna just back off of that.
Okay.
I was gonna have him basically choke out Jammer, but if there's actually more than just those two standing there.
Okay. So how do you want to cut the connection?
Just let it drop.
Okay.
And if he realizes. Hopefully they... Yeah, might actually freak him out.
All right. So
So,
as you let the connection drop, just before it completely disconnects, it comes back in full force, and you feel a presence boring itself into your brain. Dare enter my mind. And in your head, you immediately recognize this as the ghoul, the glowing one that you met at the grove, or the oasis.
oh,
You were
I
not
was
supposed to tell them about us. You were supposed to tell them to leave us alone. Instead, you sent them. They destroyed the oasis. They destroyed my friends, my brothers and sisters. Dare.
I had told them that you were there. As long as you were left alone, everything would have been fine. But apparently they dumber than I thought. And I had hoped you had been able to get rid of those people, but and I thought you were smarter than this. After all, the people you're with are going to destroy you, just as they're going to destroy me and everything else that they think is not them.
I don't
Like
care.
every other group of megalomaniacs that's existed.
I don't care about any of that. It took all of my strength to fight back those people from Waco. It took my sight. It took all my brothers and sisters. I had to consume them to defeat the ones in Waco and destroy my oasis in the process. All I care about now is destroying you. You were not supposed to tell them I was even there. You were supposed to create an elaborate story, tell them that the oasis wasn't real. It was just a radiation dump. But instead, you told them, oh, it's just being controlled by a ghoul. That's all the Smithskins think about ghouls, is they can just destroy them. No, I don't care. These people, yes, they'll destroy the world again 1,000 times. I don't care, as long as you're destroyed with it.
Hopefully you get rid of that radiant heart we'll get rid of both of them before they figure out how to use them for something other than just dying.
He disconnects from you, but as he does, you can tell that he doesn't care. He is at this point, let the world burn 1,000 times over. It doesn't bother him one bit. There's nothing left, no emotion left there, except for hatred of you.
Okay. And so while the conversation about the robotic hand happens, I do that.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of my little bit of it, they see Jack literally just face palm and wipe. Like,
a little bit of skin comes off as you bring your hand down off the tip of your nose. It's like, oh, there goes another ½ inch of my nose.
Yeah.
All right. So Jack has had his moment. He's face palming in the middle of the conversation with the robot hand, though it doesn't seem to really sync up with anything that's face palmable about the conversation with the robot hand.
I was going to say, what did I say? I didn't do nothing this time.
No.
And so Jammer is like, look, if the two of you are still after credit or caps, I can pay a lot of caps to continue to work for me. I mean, that's what you were doing to begin with. It just so happened that some of the quests I had were for Crockett's Men, some were for my other organization. And you, Eugene, you could come work for us too. Part of your first payment could be, and he wraps all four of the fingers and the thumb on the door so you can hear them. this. You wouldn't have to worry about the bulky parts connecting it directly into your power armor. You can just have an actual hand again.
Mm.
And before you decide, you actually don't even have to tell me yes or no right now. See, this bunker we're in right now, it's served its purpose. We're done with it. We're leaving, going to another location, which, no, I will not tell you where it is. But your gear, all of your gear, including this wonderful piece of technology you have, Jack, this radiant heart as your skin has informed me. All of it will be left here for you in the armory. I'm sure you'll be able to find it easily enough. Once we leave, the self-destruct will be set for 4 hours. Your doors will unlock in 2. I will leave information about your first mission for us in the armory with your gear. If you choose to work with us, wonderful. Fulfill the quest, we'll know, and we'll contact you again. If not, and we've lost nothing, and next time we meet, well, the only reason you survive will be because we might need information from you. Otherwise, you'll die. The choice is entirely yours. Until we meet again, my friends.
Are you gonna let him leave me here? Or, after all, you don't get to kill me. To the other ghoul. Out loud. Like,
he's gone. Yeah, Jammer is like turning to walk away. He hears you say that, and he'll turn back and say, "Oh, he's gone already."
Yeah, I figured.
He has his motivations,
Yes.
and you know as well as I do. We're just going to use it as long as we can, just like everybody else. The only question is,
so how long do you think you're going to survive your friends? After all, you're not actually one of them either.
Oh, but I am. What makes you think I'm not?
I do believe I've heard vague rumors of a group like what you're with. At one point or another, after all these years, I really can't remember everything. But they don't like anybody that isn't their particular group. Like,
You mean pure human, unmutated?
Yeah, they even hate all the Vault Dwellers, if I remember the rumors correctly.
No, you don't. The Vault Dwellers, well, let's put it this way. If you want to know more, finish the mission. You'll last a lot longer working for us than you will working against us. And if you want more, if you want to know more, do the mission. Earn our trust. Earn my trust. And I'll tell you more. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you the ins and outs. I'll tell you what does and does not make one of us pure. If you don't care, don't do the mission.
Yeah.
He'll turn and walk away.
Had to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's just, I didn't hear the ding or anything because streaming Discord doesn't give me notifications, but I have it up on one of my screens. I just saw it move up. I was like, oh, somebody sent a message. I was like, oh, yeah. I felt myself kind of a little bit going there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I felt the vibe.
Huh. I'm sure they took that from Starship Troopers.
Oh, yeah, it's very similar to Starship Troopers.
I figured as much. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I just mingled and mangled both Enclave and Institute there, but
Yeah, a little
and,
bit.
But
well,
that's how rumors go, anyhow. So hey.
well, that and also they are both groups that are broadly the same ideology, so it's if you hear rumors about one, you might hear rumors about the other, and somebody might have in the game of telephone mixed them all together. So
So he walks away. Any further attempts to communicate with him or any others is met with silence. About an hour passes, and you faintly hear in the distance a vertibird taking off. And so now you think, maybe that was the last one, and you begin in your own heads trying to determine 2 hours. How long is that going to be before the doors open? And then you must find the armory to recover your gear. Anything? Yes, go ahead.
Do I have my arm?
No, you are left with just it ends at your attachment, your bulky collar that receives all the different attachments, but you don't have any of your attachments with you.
Okay. Is the room barren at all? Basically, what I'm getting at, I'm trying to see, like, because there's like, are there bars? Like, are we in like a jail cell kind of deal?
So it is a cell. The ceiling, the floor, and 3 of the walls are just solid concrete. No divots in them or anything. It's like it's brand new, or at least has been maintained really well, if it's not brand new. The 4th wall where the door is all metal, and the door has no handle on the inside. If you look through the window like Flash did, you'll see that the doors on the other side, they also don't have handles on the outside. It's just the key slots that have the metal piece over them. Kind of like, well, it's there so that nothing can go into the key slot unless somebody actually moves that thing out of the way, puts the key in, and then they twist, it unlocks, and you use the key as the handle to open the door.
Okay.
In that respect. And then they got the slot down below where they can open up just a slot to put food or paperwork or whatever through there. But within the room itself, you're left with nothing but your skivvies and the concrete 3 walls, floor, and ceiling.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about trying some bar bending shenanigans, but that doesn't look like it's applicable.
Yeah, no, unfortunately not.
Okay. And look at the rest of the team. Like, y'all got any ideas of getting out here any earlier than 2 hours?
nothing that's gonna be viable. Of course, and this is what 10 by 10. As
Yeah,
far as the cell.
about that. Yeah.
All right, and well, of course, if we had long enough, I actually wouldn't have not enough rads in the air. But in theory, I could try and melt a way through a wall if I had like 100 years. But other than that, no.
Well, the very least, we can use this time to just try to plan on what we're doing next. I've been trained on how to search and clear rooms. Might make it a little bit more efficient once that lock disengages.
Yeah.
Just go about this methodically and find what we need.
Yeah, well. At least if this time we got somebody wandering off with all of our stuff. Though the last few times somebody captured us, that seems to have been the case. Well, you hear stories, and usually this supposedly doesn't happen. So,
you got plot armor.
yeah, but still, you hear a lot of stories, and yay, this time.
All right.
And,
So while you guys are waiting for your doors to unlock, we will quickly go over the new quest line that you have now started. This is the Enclave quest line. It is called Purification.
yeah.
When your doors open and you're able to make your way through the bunker easily enough, there, just like Jammer said, nobody is left. They have abandoned it. There's hardly any kind of tech left. There's actually, there is no tech left. Terminals are all busted. Turrets are all gone. They've been ripped out of the walls. And the self-destruct alarm is sounding. You make your way to the armory. You find all of your gear there. Everything is intact, minus a few scratches from falling when you got hit with the flashbang. So nothing is missing. You find the information for your first quest from Jammer. The quest is called Initiation. And Jammer, and according to this sheet of paper, he is a commander, would like you to head to the outskirts of this particular bunker. There is a group of scavengers to the northwest, so not too far from where you landed your vertibird, actually, who are on the verge of discovering things that they're not supposed to discover, such as this bunker. Even if this bunker self-destructing, they don't want anybody just stumbling upon it at this point in time. So your mission would be to deal with that group of scavengers. They're stooping too close and get rid of them so that they will never come back.
Right.
Does it say how many people? If they have a name?
No, there's no name, no report on how many people, but you, well, give me a intelligence, man, it's going to have to default to survival again. Intelligence survival. We'll change the difficulty level. I'll turn off the complication range has now been reset to normal. It is only 20 now.
Yeah, uno momento, por favor.
Do what?
I believe you said one moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Came through very muffled.
Yeah, like he was leaning away from the mic.
Sorry about that. Survival who?
Intelligence.
Intelligence. All right, thanks.
Yeah.
All right, you meet the difficulty level. You're fairly certain that by using the term scavengers, and based on how you know, the terms that your parents use, the terms you've heard around carbon and during your travels here, these scavengers are civilians. They're innocent people that, you know, if they have any weapons, it's just a couple of pipe pistols at the most. And they're literally just trying to survive. They're not raiders. They're not part of any larger group. They're just scavengers that go out and grab whatever they can to bring it into places like Brazos or Waco or even Alamo and sell it for scrap, and then barely buy enough, sell enough to you know, buy themselves a meal for the day, one meal in one day, and then they go out and do it again.
And what precisely were the instructions? What were we to do with these scavengers?
he wants them eliminated so they'll never come back around here again.
Okay.
Right.
He's giving us a location, I'm guessing.
Yep, you got a location. The word eliminated isn't necessarily used, but it's very heavily implied that if they come back around again, if there's any chance that they'll come back and start trying to scavenge in this area again, then that would qualify as a quest fail.
Yeah, I'm searching for plausible deniability. Like, we got rid of them. You didn't tell us to kill them.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm looking.
that's
yeah.
built in. It's built into that. I'm glad you're looking for it because that is built in.
Yeah, that's why I was asking if it had how many. So
There is, for player knowledge,
Hmm.
this quest line, even though it is the Enclave quest line, does not mean that you have to actually work for the Enclave. There
Yes.
are trapdoors and holes and everything else built into this entire quest line, so that you could actually let's be Enclave. But you have other things built in. I will not make them obvious every time, but just up front, it is built in. There are.
Yes. And so as we're loading, we're gearing up again.
Mhm.
Mention to, well, I ask Eugene if the radio on. Well, first, do we have a radio on the vertibird?
Yes.
And if so, can it reach Raven's Watch?
Yeah, it would.
Okay.
yeah, I mean, if we could really relocate.
Yeah, well, go back to the vertibird.
Wait.
Mm?
We need to check every piece of gear for any kind of tracking, any kind of
Yeah,
bugs.
yeah, totally. Yeah, I was gonna give you my my Pip Boy before we go home, kind of thing. So, but not
We
right
get out
now, But yes, I'm on
we
board
get
with
out
that.
Yeah.
we get out of range, any random direction. Check out
Yeah,
everything.
I guess right now they know what we're going to be doing, and we're in the area. So, maybe if we just go run and find out how many people we're dealing with, and then we can make a decision.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or do you want to check? Because we only have like 2 hours before this place blows. So
We need to get out of here first.
yeah, at
First
least
off.
if we get out of here, and then they know we're in the area. If they want to kill us, they're going to kill us. So I mean, if they're tracking us right now, so we can at least go investigate this and then find out how many people we're dealing with, and then we can make a decision from there.
And I'm going to do my best to have this conversation away from any gear.
Oh, so you haven't put your power armor on yet?
No.
Eugene's getting brave.
Yeah. So it's like, they still could be monitoring the facility, they could still be listening in on us that way, but unless they're doing that or they implanted something into my skin, it's the only two ways I can see them listening to this sidebar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So you get your gear. You have that conversation on your way to the armory. In between, like checking, there's nothing left on this wall that could be listening to us, etc. You get your gear together. You take a look at what Jammer left for you. It's actually on a hollow tape that you plug into the Pip Boy to get all the information about the little quest. And then you leave the facility. Are you going directly to where the quest location is, or directly to the vertibird first?
I would vote quest location. Like, if they're tracking us, they're doing what they asked, but I don't want them to know where that vertibird is.
Amen to that.
Okay.
Actually, I was
That's all I
gonna
get to say about that.
if we're not going to the vertibird, go to a third location, check our stuff.
Okay. Yeah,
Because
we could do that.
I actually want to check in before we go playing with that.
Okay. So, so we're gonna at least leave the immediate area, try to find someplace safe, and then check our gear.
Okay. So I will tell you now that there is nothing in the power armor. No bugs or anything in the power armor. We're not even worried about rolling for that.
Yeah.
All the other gear, like your backpacks and everything, is all clear. The only thing we're going to do rolls for is the Pit Boy. I'm not saying that there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying there is a tracking device in there, but there is something. It could be a tracking device. It could be something else. And so yeah, you're gonna hand off to Eugene. The difficulty is a difficulty 5, and the complication range is maxed out as well, 16 to 20. And because of the whole situation and everything, I'm going to limit the rerolls to perks only, no luck.
Okay.
Let's see. Where is it? Hacker. Let's see.
Gotta make sure you pull.
Yeah. Yeah. It. I don't know if you would consider this a hack. Skill test to hack computers is decreased by 1.
Yes, it can. That certainly would be hacking. So we'll go down to 4.
Ooh, amen. That's awesome. Sorry.
I believe that's all I got, and then I got cautious nature, so I'm gonna definitely be buying points. You said it's difficulty. It'd be 4.
Difficulty 4. You can get assistance. And in fact, I'll give you guys a little bit of a helping hand here because of what it costs to buy extra D20s. It's probably best to get assistance. Eugene buys 1 D20 with 1 action point, rolls first, and then the assister also buys a D20 and rolls. That way you maximize your D20s chances for success.
Could do that actually. Well, Eugene, if he just buys 1, we have enough AP there for him. He can buy basically 2 dice.
Yeah, I was thinking buying 2 because my success rate is really high.
3.
There's only 2.
If he buys 1 from the GM.
Oh well, okay. If
well,
you give me extra points, yeah.
I don't. I'm feeling a little thirsty. I'm gonna drink me a new cola.
There you go. There we go. All right, sweet. I forgot about that too. I gave you the cola. He's gonna drink the cola. Yay!
All right. You take a radiation. You immediately gain 1 action point. We'll put that in, and it'll take off that particular effect since it's already been applied, and you got the 1 radiation from the.
Okay.
All right. So yeah.
And then what's the roll? What's the roll? Again.
This one here is intelligence science because you're working with the operating system and everything else, not an actual physical repair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here I go. Oh my god!
Just makes it does. I don't know. Get rid of all of that.
I think something was in that menu control, like a parasite or something.
Yeah, you can only get rid of 1 of those.
Yeah, because there's no luck on this one.
Yeah. We'll go with the. You go with 18. Why not?
Awesome.
Okay.
He got 1 success, so I was saying I was going to, so I got at least 1 success and no more complications because I said I was going to roll anyhow. So I'm I'm going to not do that. Yeah.
If you had critted, it would have been. If you had double critted, you would have at least succeeded with complications. But in this case, no.
Yeah. Right.
So Eugene sits down. You all you set your power armor up in defensive positions around you so that you can use your actual hands to work on the Pit Boy. So you sit down in between your power armor. You begin working on it. Slash is there kind of pointing out things every now and then. Unfortunately, however, this time, and this is how we'll explain the complications, Slash is not that much help. Just as you were about to, get a breakthrough, and you're like, oh yeah, I found there's a file that wasn't supposed to be here. It's encrypted, and I'm so close to getting the encryption thing. Slash goes, oh well, what about that? And clicks a button, and file disappears. You're fairly certain it didn't get deleted, but you can't find it again. After a few more minutes of looking for it, the Pip-Boy shuts down and then reboots. And then Jammer's face comes on and just smiling and is like, well done. Or, well, I should say, nice try. See, the technology that you're holding in your hand right now, not only do we essentially own it, we helped create it. There's a reason we know so much more than anybody else thinks we know. Good luck. We'll see you next time. And then the video shuts off. And the Pip-Boy looks normal again. Seems to operate normal.
Mm-hmm.
And Jack steps closer to it. The Geiger counter goes up a little bit. Everything seems legit now.
Uh-huh. So kind of look at Eugene and glance kind of side-eye at Slash. So, are we tossing that, or are we gonna keep it? Because it's been fairly useful so far, but if it's been bugged...
Well, I don't suppose either of y'all have a holotape with the original Pip-Boy OS and product keys on it, do you?
I got
I
this.
know what that is, but I don't have any of it.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I've got a CD thingy for programming some robots. I pull that out. I forgot what the name of it is exactly. I know I have it on me somewhere. I just saw it recently. But some random CD that has information on programming the hospital bots or something like that. So yeah, I got this.
I mean, well, that is honestly useful, just not for your Pip-Boy.
Oh. Well,
I do have a rank in robotics expert, so I'm like, huh. Didn't know you had that.
yeah, I'm trying to look for it. Protectron driver's holodisk.
It would be so funny to turn this thing into a it's the soundboard for Protectron. But
Oh well, yeah. If you ever need it, I got it. But well, I don't know. I don't know if we established who gave this to me, my mom or my dad. I can, I don't know. Maybe. Can we turn it off? Do we need it right now?
Actually, you didn't start with this thing.
You got it from the scientist, actually.
Yeah, I think we got it from the mad scientist that Jammer killed.
to turn this off, we would need to disconnect the nuclear battery, which would be incredibly dangerous and reckless. That's the only way to truly get rid of it. We can try to turn the OS off, but that's not going to stop somebody smart enough to put in some sort of, firmware on the back end to just access the battery in secret to power, bugs,
Yeah.
GPS tracking, etc.
So, how do you do that?
I got dangerous.
How do you remove the nuclear battery from this thing?
So, everybody do a intelligence survival for me.
Oof. Well,
There's a,
Big set 0 on that one.
yeah. Slash
Yeah.
is just sitting there like my pit boy.
I am, yeah, just my pit boy. Yeah.
Why did
Yeah.
I try to help and push the button?
I thought those were photos.
Where's Eugene's roll?
That
Yeah,
running.
I rolled it. It didn't take for some reason. Let me try again.
Yeah, try again.
That's weird. Mine
Is it
is
intelligence
twice.
survival?
Yeah.
Yeah, intelligence survival. Oh, you also are. Well,
Befuddled. Of
Yeah.
That,
so Jack,
Yeah.
you've been around for 200 plus years.
Yeah.
You're starting to, you're going through your brain, racking your memories and everything about how these Pit Boys came about, and you know that Robco and Vault-Tec, like Robco had the initial contract and made the Pit Boys, and then Vault-Tec came in and kind of like not necessarily bought the Pit Boys, the patent and everything from them, but did a limited partnership so that the Pit Boys became an integral part of the Vaults and
Yep.
their main interface there. You don't recall the full extent of any other organization's involvement in that, except that all of those companies were very much subsidized by taxpayer money, i.e., the U.S. government. So fingers were everywhere. That being said, you also know that most of the locations you be going to right now, whether it be to where these scavengers are, or back to Raven's Watch, or Raven's Nest, or any of the other settlements, the only real concern would be, is the Pit Boy listening to us? Otherwise, if it's just tracking, well, Jammer knows about all of those places already, and whatever organization he works for, which I don't know if I did. If I did, it was a slip up. He did not mention the exact name of the organization. You were all assuming it's the Enclave.
no, you didn't. You did. I don't think you said.
I didn't. I tried not to say it as Jammer.
Yeah.
No, and we do have a clue because we've heard of at least rumors about.
Yeah, so the characters have a big and very good suspicion that it's Enclave, but nobody has confirmed it yet. That's where we'll put that. It hasn't been confirmed by Jammer, hasn't been confirmed by you guys yet necessarily, but it is a very strong suspicion. Out of character, it's Enclave. That's the whole point of it. Yeah. But in character has not been confirmed yet. So, but whoever he's working for, like in character, like they knew about all these places. Jammer was still your contact when you discovered Ravenwatch. You're kind of coming to the conclusion like, you know what, it doesn't really matter. Let's just not talk about anything exactly that we're going to do if we're going to try and move against Jammer, until we can get it back to Ravenwatch and let the techs there and the bigger, better computers there take a look at it and see what else is going on.
There's nothing else we know what's going on. So
yeah, and so
your brother's listening.
Yes, and so kind of look at Eugene. So, do we have a way of just muffling the microphone on that?
Guess I could throw in a backpack, wrap it up. I got my big old coat that I wear when I'm not in my armor, power armor.
Without having access to any kind of, I don't know if there's like a built-in microphone on a standard Pip-Boy. If there's any kind of listening bug, it would either be working off of the internal components of the Pip-Boy, or one was installed in the on the circuit board.
The Pit Boys do have a internal microphone already. So I'm basing this off of the TV show where the ghoul in the pre-war scenes, he just installs a listening device software to his wife's Pit Boy, and then just listens to her meeting where they talk about, oh, we're going to be the ones that drop the bombs.
Right.
Okay.
So the Pit Boy has all the hardware needed. It's just the question of like what software was installed at this point. Was it just tracking software, or is it listening software, or is it both? That's the only question you have at this point.
Yeah.
So I would really the question is how good is that microphone? What decibel level can it pick up on? And then that could tell us how muffled we need to make it.
You would figure based on the video that was done, because that the Pit Boy doesn't have a camera. Never mind. Based on when you've seen the Pit Boys used as kind of like radios or similar situations where somebody's tried, has been able to get the microphone hooked up so they can use it in a way. It's not any kind of parabolic microphone. It's not going to pick up somebody who's 10 feet away or more all that well. It can hear them, and if there's nothing else going on, then yeah, it'll probably be able to hear somebody 10 feet away clearly enough. But if it's got other noise going on, it's whatever's closest to it is what it's grabbing. And you would have to have somebody really skilled with the audio to be able to go, let's mute out this particular band and only listen to this band. But that's not something that's going to be easily done with a microphone that's small enough to fit on the Pit Boy.
Okay. Yeah, we should be able to muffle it if we're really worried. I have this pretty advanced knowledge that I can do. Tell you what, let me try it out. Hey, Slash.
Hmm?
Go over there. And I just point about 20 feet away.
All right. I'll move.
So yeah, Jack, I think this method will work pretty good.
All right.
And I just kind of gesture Slash to come back.
All right. So might want to report into Raven Watch. After all, we've done mostly what we've been asked to do. And see from there.
Okay. So are you going to report remotely, or are you going to travel to Ravenloft?
I was hoping to do so remotely, but
Okay.
unless somebody particular has a reason to do something else.
I mean, the only thing I can think of, we don't necessarily have to, destroy the Pit Boy or wipe it or anything. We could just leave it somewhere.
Yeah, that was one of the options.
So the information that Jack dug up from his memory, let's move towards that. Getting it to Ravenwatch, let the computers at Ravenwatch do the digging on the Pit Boy.
Okay.
That's the way you're going to get to some kind of conclusion on what is or is not on the Pit
Boy. Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, we were going in circles there a little bit, or starting to. So.
I overthink it.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I was basically, we've done what we can here and now, and we may or may not get told, no, you can't bring that thing back here.
It's your base.
True.
You decide what goes in and out.
So what was our original thing to come here again? Have we completed that or not? I'm sorry.
So the quest you had that actually sent you here. Let me go pull that up. Questline Guardians. Oh, Jammer, where art thou?
Okay.
From the I don't have details in there, but at least let you see the quest name.
Right.
This is from Crockett's Men, Charles Zanko, and
Yeah.
you're
I'm
supposed to
caught
go.
up now.
Okay,
As soon as that. Okay. Right.
and then you're supposed to report back to them on the results of that. Of
Yeah.
course, you are now like you're mid quest of Oh Jammer, where art thou? You've completed the main objective. Now it's the report back side of it, but you have a new quest of initiation that you have to decide how to proceed with it. Either completely ignore it, try to get guidance on it from Charles, or just full on embrace the idea of Jammer's organization.
So I'm going to take the Pit Boy, wrap it up in my jacket, throw it in my backpack.
Okay.
It's on us. They're tracking us. Hopefully they can't hear us much. If we really start talking about something, I'll put the backpack down. We'll walk away from it.
All right.
What's on our way to go find these people? We can call. Do we have the capability in our power armor to call?
Now,
Or do we have to bring up the vertibird?
Vertibird. Power Armor has good local two-way radio systems, but to get all the way to
Right.
Ravenwatch, you need the Vertibird's radio.
All right. So basically, we're concerned about getting to the vertibird until we need to leave. Is that what the situation is, Jack and Eugene?
Wanted to use the radio on the vertibird to report in, because
Right.
I seem to recall originally we were gonna head this way. We updated Crockett's Men about what was going on, but the people that actually had pinged this was the Brotherhood, and so trying to report back to them. And we'll ask them, do they want us to try and just play mole or blow it off and then decide from there?
So, do keep this in mind. The
Yeah.
Brotherhood has not sent you on any mission for the Enclave, any related, anything like that. You had made a deal with the Brotherhood to help them out for a little while they got Ravenwatch up and running so that they could help you track a vertibird. And once that was completed, they gave you the tracking information of where that vertibird went, and that was that. Deal's done. There's no other reporting back to them or anything. The only one who would technically have any kind of like, oh, I do need to report every now and then is Squire Eugene, but he's an errant squire now, just representing the Brotherhood, helping you guys out. And no specific mission, just, further the Brotherhood's cause by being a good citizen, kind of.
So they're kind of paying rent by being helpful.
Yes.
All right.
And the Crockett's Men has given you a mission, like find out who these people are. Who was Jammer actually working for? That is the only one that's an active quest that is expecting to get information back, and you have no way of contacting them remotely.
Yeah.
So let's go find out how many people we're dealing with, maybe make contact, and then we can figure that. If we get on the vertibird, we can leave and make the report, or, at least let them know what's going on, from there. Or at least decide what we want to do with the Pit Boy before we get to the vertibird. So.
All right. So,
Do we talking about going to the scavengers?
Yeah, just checking that out real quick, and then we can make a little bit more informed decision about what kind of stuff we want to report.
And I'm going to let the group know the best way to get these scavengers out of the enclaves here since they do seem to be innocent civilians, is to just offer them a permanent residence to stay somewhere else so they don't have to scrounge to survive. Maybe offer them refuge in Raven's Nest.
Yeah, how many people can we cram in the vertebrate with us and our gear?
With your power armor, you're only looking about, I think 6. Let me pull that up. Vehicles, Valkyrie. It can carry 8 passengers. The 3 of you with your power armor, that means that 5 more people could get put on there. So you're not going to be transporting them in one trip.
Right. Oh well, yeah, we don't know how many people. Yeah, so yeah, okay.
Okay, well, we can do that.
All right, so let me fast forward you a little bit. You go to where the scavengers are, and you find a good spot where you can look at them without them really knowing that you're there yet. And they're less than 2 miles from the bunker that you just escaped from. You did hear the detonation. It was very muffled, but you were expecting it. If somebody was not expecting it, they probably wouldn't have noticed that it happened. Yeah, because you came up in the elevator. You were in the elevator for about 30 minutes to reach the surface. And so these guys probably have no idea that a bunker nearby just blew up. The top part of the elevator area is still intact as far as you can tell. So that would be like if scavengers got nearby, they're like, oh, look, this is going to be a pot of gold. And the jammers organization is like, well, if the self-destruct and didn't get everything, and if we didn't get everything out of there, there's just, even if it's not mission critical stuff, it's more tech than we want these people to get a hold of. It's kind of the idea. There's 10 scavengers. You take a close look at them. You use your binoculars and your helmets. Eugene uses the recon scope a little bit to get a little bit closer look or get a more accurate head count. And there's 10 of them. They have a few Brahmin with them pulling. I don't know how to describe it to characters that wouldn't really know what they are, so I'm just going to say it's the backside of a truck. The cab and the engine's been cut off, so it's just the bed of the truck that these Brahmin are pulling around.
So, broadly speaking, a scavenged post-apocalyptic wagon.
Yeah. And it looks like they make good progress. The 10 of them working together, they clear an area real quick, and you'd say within a day, maybe 2, that they'll have spotted the elevator entrance and probably will abandon whatever ruin they're working on and go to that to try and, because that's a clear sign of like there's valuable stuff here. Like I said, there's 10 of them. That is the most accurate count you can get from Eugene's recon scope. And as far as weapons go, you've seen a couple of pipe pistols. Everything else is, let me make sure I tell you the right thing, and then, or don't tell you the wrong thing, and then have other stuff. You see some blades, a few pipe guns, the pistol style, and some edged weapons. Nothing that you would ever be concerned about going up against. You could, if you had to go into combat against these guys, you could do it in your sleep.
Okay.
So, what's the plan?
I'm probably gonna hate myself for this, but Slash, if you would please have a conversation with these individuals. Try to
I'd be
convince
happy to.
Do try and convince them that heading for Raven's Nest might be a good idea.
Let me look at my inventory. Looking for some food. I know I've got some. I'll get a little cram.
I got some Salisbury steak.
Gumdrops. Ooh, Salisbury steak. That's always good.
Lure them in with the good stuff, and then when they get there, all they get is melons and mute fruit.
Right. Well, they have food paste there.
And that's at Raven Watch.
Oh, that's right. So the Raven's nest is actually closer. Though.
And it's also the
Brazos.
settlement. So if you've brought in these 10 guys, you could do a lot more with that settlement next time we do a management phase.
And that's like the closest of our settlements anyhow, right? Anyhow.
I mean, technically Brazos is closer, but you can't guarantee any kind of incorporation for the scavengers there.
Right.
But with Raven's asking me, hey, look, we are the leaders of this settlement. Come on in and we'll let you be settlers.
Yeah, because the other one's like way over to the west. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So I guess the question is do we trust them to be able to make it to Raven's Watch?
I'll talk to them and find out what kind of people they are.
Right. Well, I'm basically, just talking to, Jack and such. So, and Eugene, I guess we can, how would I describe that? Would I give them basically near Waco kind of thing? Or do people, do we have names of counties and stuff like that? Or
Well, you can tell them it's southeast of Waco and northwest of Brazos. Waco and Brazos are going to be well known by any scavenger. That's where most of the scrap comes in, one of the two. And based on the position of this group, they're either selling their scrap at the Alamo or at Brazos. So they would know both of those, but they would also know where Waco is. If you gave them its relative location based off of Waco and Brazos, they'd most likely know where you're talking about.
Let's see, it would take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days to get to Waco or so.
1, 2, 3, 4, 7 days to Waco, 6 days to Raven's Nest, and
it's like Brazos. About
3 days to Brazos. So if they get the Brazos, they do a little bit of a layover, grab a few extra supplies to make it the rest of the way to Ravens.
Yeah, how about we meet them in Brazos, because that's just like, that'll be easy.
Grab a Humvee or something.
Yeah, because if they make it to Brazos in 3 days or so, we give them some supplies to make it there. We'll meet them in Brazos and escort them to Raven's Nest.
You'll need 2 Humvees.
Yeah. So
anyway, the unless you really wanted to, the logistics of their transport is not hugely important. You don't have to micromanage that. But you should go and talk to them, because there's actually no guarantee yet. You haven't even talked to them about. You're just assuming they're going to want to go.
I just want to get a plan before I just go, hey.
Yeah, basic game plan. Oh, we got, we can pick you up in Humvees or whatever to make it safer to travel. Let them know we're well established and we have a plan.
Okay.
But
yeah, I'm good to talk with them.
Y'all can kind of stay here visible if you want, so that they know I have friends. But I'm going to walk down a little bit towards the group in my armor and then like hop out.
Okay. They spot you in your armor. It's not hard to not
I'm not going to
sneaky.
be. Yeah, I'm not going to be inconspicuous. Yeah, I'm going to make myself known.
Yeah, there's no sneaking in power armor anyway. Uh,
Well, you know what I'm saying.
yeah, I know. They spot you. You immediately see they all kind of tense up a little bit. The ones that just have blades, they pull out their blades, and you see now it's just some simple combat knives, nothing major, but none of them are holding their weapons in any kind of like practiced method. They're all very nervous. And you can kind of guess why the ones that have blades because their hands are shaking. You would not want these people holding projectile.
I'm going to walk up with him, weapon
Okay.
holstered, helmet off.
Okay. When you get out of your power armor slash, you see that some of them do kind of calm down. They're okay. He's getting out of the armor. He's not coming in just to kind of lay waste to us, but they are still keeping their eye on you, Eugene, because still in your armor. But a little bit more relaxed. You took the helmet off, so you're not all hands ready to go for pulling them apart limb from limb with power armor.
Mm-hmm.
You get a little bit closer. You're in earshot now. They just keep on kind of staring at you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna long range, before I get any closer, and stuff like that. So I'm not getting close up to them.
Mm-hmm.
So that they're totally nervous. Hey, how you doing? And me and my friends, we got a place. We're looking for some help. You good at scavenging?
They all kind of just look at each other. They're looking back and forth between each other, and then.
And I'm eating a mute fruit.
Oh, of course you are.
And I got a basket basically, or a bag or something full of the other mute fruit and other stuff that I basically just reached in and grabbed a mute fruit and I'm eating it.
An older gentleman, after they all kind of look amongst each other a little bit, none of them respond. None of them even look like they want to respond to you. But then they all kind of look to this one gentleman who is still sitting down. He's older. He stands up and turns to face you and walks your direction. He walks with a limp.
I'll take a few more steps, slowly towards him.
Okay. He sizes you up for a minute and well, we are scavengers, that's for sure.
My name's Ron Howard. Nice to meet you.
Excuse me for a moment while I cough up a lung.
Dude's got a limp and a busted lung, man. Rough times.
My wife brought some popcorn in. So I ate that.
Oh no.
And I think I got some of it stuck in the throat. And it was just like, kept on tickling and tickling. And I said, hey, it won't go away. Yeah. I think I got it now.
My friend's there, and I point to Eugene and Jack. Are you visible off in the back?
Assume there's a pile of rubble.
Yeah.
Not terribly far away, so I'm just kind of leaning up against it, actually facing away. So, like, keeping watch kind of thing.
My friends, and I'll point to Eugene and Jack way off in the back. They call me Slash. We've got a settlement that we're starting up, and we could definitely use your help. It's a few days walk from here, though.
Well, travel is no burden for us. We travel all the time. We're nearly done here. Another day or two, and we'll have our load. We could sell our stuff. I suppose we were going to go to the Alamo, but we could go to Brazos. Or well, where is your settlement? Imagine it's not too close to the Alamo, unless the raiders don't scare you.
Well, this one's up a little farther north in Alamo. It's near Waco.
Okay, yeah, we could sell our things in Brazos and then make our way over to Waco or to your settlement near Waco. What kind of help are you
Well,
looking for?
we put up some towers and we got a few buildings and we got some crops going, but we need hands to look in the area and start getting materials and such, and just make it a larger community and start trading with Waco. And we've got plenty of water, but we're just trying to get other things going.
When at the
More
mention of
hands.
plenty of water, you see all of them kind of react. Like they're all kind of hunched over and everything. But when you say water, they all just kind of sit up a little bit. Their eyes go wide and they start looking at each other. You hear a few whispers from the ones that are closer to each other, further back. You can't make anything out, but you can tell that the idea of water makes them excited.
Well, what you got to sell? I'm a trader by nature. I just start these communities because I can. What you trade and what you got to trade?
It's mostly junk that the more crafty or abled in the cities can break down and turn into other things.
Really? Well, that's right up my alley, actually. Tell you what, if you take this stuff on over uh, to a building I got, I'll go ahead and buy that from y'all, and y'all can make your way on up to Waco. I really uh, need the help fast. And I'll pull out another bag, and it's got caps in it.
Okay. He looks at the caps and he's been looking at the food basket you got there and he's like, well, like I said, we're nearly done. In another day or two, and we'll be full up with our normal load, and then we can make our way. But where's the building at? You got a warehouse in one of the cities?
Well, I left the backpack with Eugene.
Okay.
Well, and I look around, we got a police station that we hold up at. And if you take the stuff up to the police station, then we can take care of it from there. And if you do it right now, I'll even throw in extras.
Oh, the wagons aren't full. The extra, I mean, it'd be great for us and everything, but we're fair traders. We're gonna get full
Well,
wagons.
the extra, okay. I guess the extra, my main objective is to get hands on and help my people. If I can get you there 2 or 4 days sooner, I'm willing to pay for that.
See,
That's
so
my
now
main.
we're talking of a different kind of trade, not for the junk,
Yeah,
but for our labor instead.
correct. I'm really just trying to get you expedited that way, and if it costs me extra, well, then I'm willing to do that.
Well, let's see. We usually make, we're a larger scavenging group, so we do a little bit better than most. But we usually get about 1,000 or 1,200 caps per trip into Brazos, depending on how many other scavenger groups have brought junk in.
Okay. Can I look at his, like the junk that he has in there? And we did that like 4 day breaking down. I can't remember if it was 4 days, but we did that, big session of breaking down stuff, with Eugene's help. So I kind of know, what junk looks like, the common, uncommon, and,
Yeah.
good stuff in a way. And I got a repair skill. Can I like look at his stuff and see if that's like, how far he's, pushing that, if that's a fair trade, blah.
Yeah, you imagine that if these wagons, they got a couple of different wagons, if they were all full, then yes, now they're only putting junk in. The whole getting the uncommon stuff and everything out is like they're picking up a piece of rebar that's attached to a concrete block and putting that in the wagon. And then when that gets broken down in Brazos, there may be some uncommon or rare or whatever material within inside that concrete block that is just not visible because there's concrete around. Or like, there could be wires that are ran through things like that. And then, on the outside, it looks terrible, but on the inside where it's still kind of encased in a way, it's still really good. So it becomes the rare material. So on the face of it, everything that they're gathering just gets sold as junk because they don't have the tools required to break it down and get the actual material out of it. So yeah, you're figuring that once these wagons are full, depending on the market, it could go anywhere from 1,000 to probably 1,500. But then you got to look at who's buying it, what labor they're putting into it, and adjust prices from there.
Yeah.
But he says, we usually we can make anywhere from 1,000 to 1,200, and that comes out to that's like 4 days work for us to make that, and then we got to split that between all of us, so it's roughly 100 caps a piece. And then we got to travel back out, and so really it's more like 6 days or so. If you want us to so we're gonna talk time wise here for us to just go straight to your settlement as quickly as possible. We'd have to leave behind potentially, and if we're going to become actual settlers in your settlement, we'd potentially leave behind our wagons, so we'd be losing our junk. We would be able to sell it. The cows can move faster. I think the cows would be beneficial to your settlement. That's another thing there. But if you gave us 2,000 caps, and that would let us, get our way to Brazos on the supplies we got. We'll pick up a few more supplies and make the rest of the way to your settlement, and start working it for you. And I hope that eventually that they're, as you said, trade with the other settlements, and there'll be jobs for us to take that'll pay more than just room and board, as it were. Flash.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess. How about this? I give you 1,000 now, and 1,000 when you get to Raven's Watch or Nest. Excuse me, Nest.
We could do that.
Plus, I'll go ahead and give you this good food that I've got, to help you along your way and such. Of course.
Yeah, we could go with that. That's doable.
I just, all of a sudden I got afraid. I don't know you much and such. So I was like, oh, what if I give him all that money and then he just doesn't show up? So I figure I give you half now and then half when you get there.
That's fine with us.
Alrighty, well, here's the fruit and such, and I give that to him. I'll set it down or what have you, or come up closer to him and hand it off if he's willing to do that.
Yeah, he one of the younger ones comes up and takes it, and runs it back, and then a few of them kind of gather around and grab a few pieces, and the basket's passed between them. Where are you getting the caps from?
Yeah, I'm really hoping that Jack has some caps on.
So what was that? 3,000?
2.
No. 2,000 altogether. We need to come up with 1,000 right now.
I got 411 on me.
I got like
I would like
160.
So, do you turn and holler to Jack, or do you?
No, I mean,
Uh,
eventually we'll have that conversation. I'm like, Jack, I forgot. I done spent all my caps. Do you got some caps on you? Basically,
Eugene
we will
said
have
he's
that
got some. Oh,
Yeah,
411. I thought it was
yeah.
4,000.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
411. Uh, now I do want to try to get a beat on these people and see if they're just gonna take the money and run.
Right.
No,
Yeah, I
the
did get that
impression you
part.
get from the old guy is that they're very honest traders. He was
Yeah.
very much like, we're not going to take a bonus on half filled carts.
Okay.
So when the exchange was changed from we're buying your scrap to we're going to pay for your labor and for you to become settlers in our settlement, then it was very much okay. Yeah, now we can deal. And he wasn't pushing like, oh no, we still need 2 more days to fill the baskets
Right.
at that point.
Okay.
And I do want to mention, like, you also got to consider, the steady supply of water's can be worth its weight in gold. And I don't know if Slash has any water on him. I don't know why I haven't grabbed any. But,
Yeah, so the normal thing is I had been keeping all my water on my Brahmin and such. So I kind of forget, even now to make sure that those large supplies of things are on me. We should kind of make or drop some stuff on the vertibird. Is there a way to do that? I guess.
I believe it can be done. I'll look into that between the next session. And then
Cargo. Oh, there is a
next,
cargo.
yeah, a cargo limit.
Yeah. Okay.
Next session, we
All right.
will do because you're getting these guys to come join the settlement. So next session is going to be, we'll do it on Discord a little bit. Next session is going to be, first hour is probably going to be like inventory management for the vertibird and for the settlement a little bit. Whatever we don't get done over Discord.
Okay.
All right. So we'll say that Jack overheard and everything and was able to come down there and just, here's the 1,000 caps. If Jack is willing to hand off the 1,000 caps.
Oh yeah, it's easy enough.
Okay. Yeah, somebody's over there jangling some kind of coinage, or like somebody got bottle caps are jangling.
Yes, bottle caps.
Bottle caps.
Those are Jack. Yeah, he's got cat.
This is explicitly why I started collecting them. Yes.
Yes. So yeah, Jack, go ahead and take the 1,000 caps off, and then you guys will owe them another 1,000 caps when they reach the settlement and you meet them there.
So I will, when I come up and pay, dude, I will ask for his name, and such. I'm sorry, I never got your name. You don't have to give it to me now if you don't have it.
William.
William. Okay.
Yep.
Well, nice to meet you, William. Luckily, my friend, he's got all the caps, and I'll jingle them and, hand them over and such.
Okay. All right.
Kind of just, pointing, making a nod towards Jack that he had the coins and such, or the caps.
So what you guys going to do next? They got the caps. They sat there and munched on the fruit a little bit more, but then they kind of packed up, unhooked the Brahmin from the carts, and they're already moving out.
Well, I thought that I would have them take the stuff over to the police station.
No, that was no longer part of the deal. The deal shifted from buying the scrap to buying their labor.
All right, that's fine.
If you're buying the scrap, they only sell it in full carts, and they need another 2 days here, which means they'll probably see that elevator and yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I wait till they leave. We'll wait till they leave, I guess, and then we'll just we don't really. Do we want to? What? What do y'all want to do with the scrap?
Well,
I think it's more the. We could just leave it here.
We could, but there's a fair to middling chance some other scavenger group's gonna show up and.
Well, this might encourage them to just take this and run instead of getting any closer.
And
Or we could take it up to the police station. How about we could probably, I don't know. Is there going to be a clear route from between here and to the police station easy enough for us to do this without having to take all night?
No.
Well, we would. I think that would take a couple days, given the.
Right. Well, I guess we can hide them, so that they're not obvious. I don't know.
All right.
Okay. Actually,
You do something with the junk. It's hidden. It's left out. It's in this area. Are you really wanting to come back and get the junk later?
I don't know. I guess you just want to, make sure it's not open, like easier. Like,
actually, as far as the junk goes, I wasn't terribly concerned. I was figuring, since their big thing seems to be they don't want anybody finding this bunker, I was going to ask, what if somebody were to, prime a fusion core to blow and then chuck it into the elevator and run?
You have no idea if that will go over well or not with Jammer.
Is there any way we can make the place irradiated?
That was part of the idea, yes.
You could, but again, you have no idea if that would go over well or not with Jammer.
Yeah, that's...
Here's what I'll do. The settler, or the scavengers, now settlers, are on their way to Brazos and then Raven's Nest. You all get the quest completed sound.
All right.
Yeah, 'cause he was just concerned about that group. So as far as Gene's concerned, it's like if that particular group of scavengers is heading up our way, we're done. Like, more scavengers come up. That's not part of the. That's outside the scope of this quest.
Outside of the scope, yeah, I got you. I think both me and Jack just kind of, we're thinking in the future a little bit too. So
yeah, and all right, so head back to the vertebrate.
Okay.
Still want to update the Brotherhood because we are trying to work with them. So good relations and all that.
All right. So let's handle that next session. We only got 15 minutes left, and it's going to take more than that because there's a lot of things for you to go over once you get to Raven's Watch. So, next session, let's see.
30th, unless somebody's got something.
Anybody got any issues with the 30th?
don't think so. Let me get to my calendar. Excuse me. I don't see anything.
Okay. So we'll see everybody then. And we will go over the management, a little bit of settlement stuff on Discord and everything. Next session, we'll get back to Raven Watch, and you'll start kind of turning in briefing, quest issue or conclusions and such. Go from there.
Okay.
All right. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Later now.
Yep.
Good.